For over 60 years, the Porsche 911 has defined the sports car world. Porsche is a company of visionary dreamers who not only imagine the future of sports cars, they bring it to life, transforming passion into an enduring legacy that redefines automotive excellence. But beyond the mainstream models lies a secret world of limited run special edition 911s, built for collectors, enthusiasts, and the lucky few. This video will hopefully even have the Porsche geek saying, "I didn't know that." So let's go on a journey through every limited edition 911 model released from 2009 to 25. This is going to be interesting. You might need to watch this video more than once, as this is packed with information. And best of all, some of this information you won't find on the internet. If you are a Porsche collector, then you are a caretaker of dreams brought to life. It all starts with the 911 Sport Classic in 2009. With just 250 units made globally, Fuchs-style wheels, a ducktail spoiler, and retro charm. This was the rebirth of Porsche exclusivity. In a world of automotive evolution, there are some moments when history and engineering collide to create something truly iconic, something rare, refined, and timeless. This sport classic is a tribute to the golden age of the 911, built for the purist, designed for the enthusiast. Unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 2009, the Sport Classic wasn't just another limited edition. It was Porsche's love letter to its own legacy. Inspired by the RS 2.7 of the 1970s, only 250 examples were made globally, making this one of the rarest modern 911s ever produced. Finished in exclusive Sport Classic Gray, the only car ever allowed to use this color, it radiates understated aggression, echoing the spirit of the past, yet entirely modern. The success of this color is what provoked the use of gray and off-whites, like crayon used on many models. Underneath the sculpted rear lid sits a 3.8-liter flat-six engine, enhanced with power kit upgrades, pushing out just over 400 bhp through a 6-speed manual gearbox. No paddles, no compromise, just raw, analog connection between driver and machine. The Sport Classic is more than numbers and nostalgia. It's a driving experience that feels alive. If you are looking for a car that is rare and exciting with guaranteed future values, then try and find an example and buy it. And for the Porsche geeks, to understand the soul of the 997 Sport Classic, you have to go back nearly 4 decades. In 1971, a young design engineer named Tilman Brodbeck was working deep inside Porsche's development team. Faced with the 911's tendency to lift at high speeds, Tilman had a simple but radical idea: split the lip beneath the front bumper to reduce lift. It helped, but it wasn't perfect. Cornering traction suffered, so he kept testing. Then came a breakthrough. While working in the wind tunnel, Tilman discovered that adding a spoiler to the engine cover reduced rear lift by a staggering 60%, restoring balance to the car's handling. What began as a solution became a signature. Tony Lepine's styling studio refined it into the now legendary ducktail, first seen on the Carrera RS. A true icon was born. Fast forward to the late 2000s, Tilman Brodbeck was now head of Porsche Exclusive, and the idea of reviving the ducktail was back on the table. Ingo Frenkel, one of the engineers on the project, described Porsche Exclusive as an idea factory inside the company. This time, they weren't just customizing interiors, they were making a statement. The 997 Sport Classic was more than paint and leather. Every element had to be engineered. The ducktail had to work in perfect aerodynamic harmony with a new front spoiler, not just copied from the Carrera S, but uniquely developed. The Fuchs-inspired wheels were designed from scratch. Even the roofline, an elegant double dome echoing vintage Zagato designs, required Porsche to seek special type approval. It was so different from the standard 997. To ensure the Sport Classic stood apart, even the front and rear lights were bespoke. It was painted in an exclusive Sport Classic gray, subtle yet unmistakably refined. Inside, the atmosphere is rich and timeless. Dark brown, espresso, natural leather, hand-fitted seats, and checkered fabric door cards speak to craftsmanship beyond the ordinary. But beneath the elegance is performance. The engine and chassis received attention from Weissach, Porsche's beating technical heart. The result? A driving experience as special as the design. The 911 Sport Classic wasn't just a limited edition. It was a bridge between the past, honoring Ferry Porsche's dream with the precision of the present. From the hands of Tilman Brodbeck to the spirit of the RS, the 997 Sport Classic is more than a car. It's an idea brought to life. The Sport Classic is already a rare gem. But as the years go by, this car has all the ingredients to become even more admired, even more sought after. But if you're looking for something even rarer, there's one car that tops it. In 2022, the 911 Classic Club Coupe, a true one-of-one factory-built project created in collaboration between Porsche Club of America and the Sonderwunsch team in Stuttgart. It all started with a forgotten black 996 Carrera, found by PCA Executive Director Vun Nguyen in Virginia. What followed was a 2.5-year journey, a complete factory-led transformation. This isn't a resto mod. This is Porsche, restoring and reinventing one of its own. The Classic Club Coupe is the most exacting kind of rejuvenation, a fusion of passion, history, and precision. Two different eras, two different stories, but both proof that Porsche knows how to honor the past while crafting the future. What happens when passion, heritage, and craftsmanship collide? You get something that doesn't just celebrate Porsche history, it becomes part of it. This one-of-one masterpiece is something very special, and to see this transformation is incredible. Custom Sport, gray metallic paint job, ducktail spoiler. Everything designed to perfection. This is one of the best looking 911s ever made. And it's got fried egg headlights being a 996. But this isn't just a visual tribute. The Classic Club Coupe uses the 3.8-liter flat six from the GT3, and the 6-speed manual gearbox makes this a driver's car. The vision began in 2019. The Classic Club Coupe is more than a 911. It's a story of revival, reinvention, and respect. A symbol of what happens when a car company listens to the people who love it most. This project is a shining example of what makes the Porsche brand so exceptional. And when you see what's been accomplished, it's clear just how talented the Sonderwunsch team in Stuttgart truly is. We owe a lot to the vision of the late Rolf Sprenger. Sonderwunsch make every detail perfect and for the collectors. This can only have one caretaker. It's a one of one. And it always will be. For Porsche geeks enjoying this video, let's take a moment to see how the wheels were manufactured. I hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I did. Don't forget to give this video a like if you're enjoying it so far. Now remember, Porsche have built some incredible models and we have only just got started. In 1954, Porsche introduced an icon, the 356 Speedster, lightweight, low, pure driving pleasure. Fast forward to 2010, Porsche paid homage to that legend with something rare, something bold. The 911 Speedster. Based on the 997 GTS, this wasn't just another 911, it was wider, lower, and a limited edition for the collectors. Only 356 units were built worldwide, a deliberate nod to the 356 model that started it all. Hand-finished by Porsche Exclusive, the 2010 Speedster is more than a car. It's a collector's dream. From the shortened windscreen to the double-hump rear deck, every detail is a work of art. Powered by a 3.8-liter flat-six with 408 horsepower and a PDK transmission, this Speedster doesn't just look the part. It delivers on every twist, turn, and straight. Rare, distinctive, desirable. The 2010 911 Speedster. This is not just a tribute. It's a celebration of heritage, performance, and exclusivity. The use of the black and polished Fuchs wheels makes this a retro modern look. Can wheels look any better? This design is classic, but built for today, and the design will never age. With only 356 ever made, this is a car that will most likely only ever increase in value. Now for the Porsche geeks. This Speedster was a celebration of Porsche Exclusive's 25th anniversary, making it not just a tribute to the original 356, but also a symbol of Porsche's craftsmanship and customization heritage. The Speedster story began in 1953 when U.S. dealer Max Hoffman asked Porsche for a lightweight, ultra-sporty model tailored for America. When the 911 replaced the 356, the Speedster disappeared until 1988. This G-Series special car sold globally 2,104 units, with 171 built with the narrow body, and the rest had the turbo-look wide body. These are sought after in today's market. Again in 1993, the 964-based Speedster reignited the spirit of open-top freedom. Only 936 were ever made, and 20 of these were built with the turbo-wide body. 427 departed for the North American market. 14 were built in right-hand drive. This car was hit by the early 1990s depressed economic conditions, which helps with low build numbers for the collectors. Before we get to the 997 Speedster, another history lesson for the Porsche geeks, did you know? The Volkswagen Beetle played a vital role in shaping Porsche's first 356. The design of the Beetle is often credited to Ferdinand Porsche, but it was actually the result of a team effort. At the time, Erwin Komenda, who was head of car body design, played a significant role in shaping its iconic look. On the 8th of June 1948, the mid-engine sports car was officially granted a general operating license by the Corinthian state government. This moment marks the official birth of the Porsche brand. In October 1944, the design office of Porsche in Stuttgart was damaged, prompting the Reich Minister for Armaments to order its immediate relocation. Ferry Porsche first moved operations to Zell AMC, where the family owned the Stuttgart estate. However, due to limited space, the company headquarters were soon relocated to Gmünd in Austria. In 1952, Ferry Porsche tasked Erwin Komenda with designing the Porsche emblem. Komenda's design incorporated Stuttgart's heraldic animal, along with elements from the coat of arms of Baden-Württemberg. Porsche have kept with this logo with only subtle modifications since 1952. The history lesson surrounding the Speedster serves a purpose: to highlight the significance of this model and its origins. With its roots tracing back to the original 356 Speedster of the 1950s, a car built for driving enthusiasts and racers alike. The 911 Speedster continues this legacy, celebrating Porsche's heritage while offering a rare and emotionally engaging driving experience. Let's continue. The 997 Speedster, released in 2010, was limited to 356 units globally, finished almost exclusively in pure blue. There were a number of cars built in Carrara white, with matching interior accents, but then even more limited was a few cars built in Guards red. It features a shorter, more steeply raked windscreen unique to the Speedster, giving it that classic low-slung look. The distinctive double-bubble tonneau cover over the rear deck is not just visual flair, it's a nod to racing heritage. It stands as a perfect example of what happens when Porsche combines its engineering excellence with bespoke design and emotional legacy. This Speedster isn't just rare. It's a modern classic, purpose-built for collectors who value heritage, exclusivity, and timeless design. Ready for some limited models you probably won't know about? Porsche entered the Chinese market in 2001, and a decade later, they had experienced remarkable success. To mark this milestone, they announced a special celebratory edition of the 911 Turbo. In 2011 brought the ultra-rare 911 Turbo S 10 years Porsche China. Only 10 units were made, making this for the Chinese market a collector's dream. If you didn't know about this model, wait until later in the video. There will be even more models that the Porsche collector geeks will be making notes about. For example, did you know about the B59 Edition? A Carrera GTS built in 2011. Built to commemorate the career of one of Porsche's most successful factory drivers, Hurley Haywood. At the end of 2011, Brumos Porsche in Jacksonville, Florida, announced a collaboration with Porsche AG to produce a limited edition 911. This special model commemorated Hurley Haywood's record 5 overall victories driving Porsches at the Daytona 24 hours. Limited to 5 units, this is more than rare, it's a unicorn. based on Brumos Porsche's famous number 59. Built using a 911 Carrera GTS, the B59 Edition featured a 3.8-liter flat-six engine that produced 408 horsepower. This factory special features a custom 59 paint color scheme, and the interior also uses the colors within the fabric stitching. If you're a true Porsche enthusiast and a fan of the legendary Daytona 24 Hours, then this limited edition 911 is an absolute must-have for your collection. If you ever find yourself in Jacksonville, Florida, be sure to visit the Brumos Collection. Spanning 35,000 square feet, this remarkable museum is dedicated to showcasing the technology, innovation, and historical significance of some of the world's most exceptional automobiles and the fascinating individuals behind them. With immersive, interactive media, the collection comes to life, giving you the freedom to explore these iconic vehicles at your own pace. If you need to pause and return later, check the description for the timestamp to part 2. Just make sure to save this video. What's coming next is too good to miss. Now let's continue. What started on May 26, 1952, with the creation of the very first Porsche Club, has grown into the world's largest brand community, now boasting over 240,000 members across more than 700 Porsche clubs worldwide. If you're not a member of a club, you're missing out. Check the description for links to join a club in your part of the world and discover the community. Let's take a minute to watch part of a great video from Porsche Club America.
Every one of us has a moment that we fell in love with Porsche. Some of us were born into it, or took it in from culture. All of us have a favorite movie scene with a Porsche. But for many of us, it was love at first sight. For 70 years, we've celebrated the thrill of driving a Porsche. There's been a lot of changes to technology in that time. From air to water, manual to PDK, and internal combustion to electricity. It's not just the cars, it's the people. This club is a community. Forging lifelong friendships and bonding over a shared passion. Whether it be on the track, the open road, or in the middle of nowhere. Let's keep the passion going for another 70 years. From generation to generation, and from sea to shining sea.
Porsche Club America doing a great job explaining the passion of Porsche and community. It makes you want to get the car out and drive to a meetup. Now, every Porsche is special, but in 2012, Porsche built something for Porsche Club members that is so rare you most likely have never seen one. Introducing the 911 Club Coupe. A car so rare only 13 were ever built. This number representing the first 13 club members. Only 2 were right-hand drive. Only 12 available for sale, as Porsche kept 1 for the museum, making these cars unicorns. Commissioned to celebrate 60 years of the global Porsche Club community, this car was no ordinary 911. It was built by Porsche Exclusive for the most discerning enthusiasts. Finished in bespoke family green, a unique color developed exclusively for this car. Some have referred to this as Brewster green. This is not technically accurate. If a panel were to be repainted using Brewster green, it would result in an unfortunate color mismatch. The interior uses a luxurious cappuccino leather interior. The Club Coupe redefines collector-grade craftsmanship. The combination of green and brown works exceptionally well, making this not only rare but also strikingly beautiful. At its heart, the legendary Flat 6 has been enhanced with the X51 power kit, pushing output to 430 horsepower, delivering not just presence, but performance. The Club Coupe blends heritage, performance, and exclusivity. This isn't just a 911. It's a rolling tribute to Porsche's most passionate followers. A nod to those who live for the brand. Let's move on to some Martini magic. Martini Racing is one of the most iconic and successful liveries in Porsche's motorsport history. Their partnership began in the early 1970s and quickly became legendary, representing a golden era of racing for the brand. From the 1973 Targa Florio with the 911 RSR, a race like no other. Winding through 72 kilometers of punishing Sicilian roads, hairpins, cliff edges, and villages at full throttle. This wasn't just endurance. This was war on wheels. The 1976 and 77 success. In the 24 hours of Le Mans with the 936, to the World Championships with the 917. The Martini livery isn't just paint, it's heritage linked with Porsche. It embodies an era of motorsport when risk, speed, and innovation defined the racetrack. In a world where heritage meets performance, few liveries stir the soul quite like this. And when Porsche used this on a 911 road car, it's extra special. In 2014, Porsche released the 911 Carrera S Martini Racing Edition. Limited to 80 units, 40 in white and 40 in black. Sold exclusively in select markets of Europe, China, Japan, and in Latin America. A car that doesn't just wear racing stripes, it wears history. Underneath the stripes is a 911 Carrera S with the heart of a purist. 3.8-liter flat 6 engine producing 400 horsepower. This isn't just a tribute, it's a true driver's car. Featuring the Aero Kit Cup body kit, a factory aero package that enhances both looks and performance. Every detail, down to the presentation key, reminds you this is no ordinary 911. It's a salute to Porsche's motorsport pedigree, frozen in time, yet built to be driven. Martini isn't just a sponsor, it's part of Porsche's DNA. It represents triumph, style, and a time when Porsche cemented its place as a motorsport icon. So now, to a car that even Google won't find. Introducing the 911 Carrera 4S Exclusive Swiss Edition. Released in 2014 with only 14 cars produced for the Swiss market, It featured the X51 Performance Package. The exterior is finished in paint to sample Grauschwarz. This is the same iconic shade featured on the classic GT3 RS 997 Gen 2. The wheels are also painted in the same color. This car is so rare, you will struggle to find anything about it online. If you follow Porsche, you will know all about the 918 Spyder launch. But did you know that in 2012, as a 997.2 generation, a limited edition model of a 911 Turbo S was exclusively offered to customers who placed orders for the Spyder? This was called the 911 Turbo S Edition 918 Spyder. Available in coupe and cabriolet versions and limited to 918 units. Every Spyder owner purchased one, which is no surprise given how exceptional the Turbo S is as one of the most capable supercars ever made. A key design feature includes the acid green accents on the exterior badging, brake calipers, and door mirrors. To understand the reason behind Porsche releasing this car is important. In 2011, deposits were being taken for the Spyder. It was 2 years later that, in 2013 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, the Spyder was actually released. This meant that the exclusive clients able to order a Spyder needed a special car in this 2-year gap. If you hadn't heard about this car before watching this video, if you see one, you'll recognize it instantly. If you need to pause and return later, check the description for the timestamp to part 3. Just make sure to save this video. What's coming next is too good to miss. In a world obsessed with numbers and noise, true exclusivity whispers. And this one whispers with a British accent. In 2014, Porsche marked over 40 years of turbocharged excellence. But for just 40 fortunate owners in the UK, the Stuttgart legend came wrapped in something even more special. The 911 Turbo S Exclusive GB Edition. This example finished in GT silver metallic, being looked over by Magnus Walker and Tony Hatter as part of the release of this special limited edition car. The design of this edition echoed the silhouette of the original 930 Turbo. Inside, it's a bespoke celebration of British flair. Full black leather with guards red contrast stitching, extended leather across every surface, and carbon fiber inlays. Built on a 991 Turbo S, don't be fooled by the refinement. Under the skin, it's still a 560 horsepower Turbo S, powered by a 3.8-liter twin-turbo flat-six with PDK transmission. This is not a car you ever see, even in the UK, which is a shame, as it's one of the best-looking modern 911s. So now let's get geeky. This car was built to celebrate the 40th birthday of the 911 Turbo in 2014. Porsche made 40 cars, one for each year. They made 10 in Guards Red, 15 in GT Silver, and 15 in Carrara White. This special model came with a photo album showing the build of each unique car. This is something extra special for the lucky owners to cherish. The Fuchs Sport Classic wheels in black with polished edges work extremely well with the overall design. This is a modern classic, and for some, a car that sets the standard for future exclusive design models. This car didn't have a unique number plaque. Limited models after this did. So did Porsche learn from this example? One thing is clear when it's a birthday celebration for the 911. Porsche always do something special. Most people get a cake for their 40th. Porsche got 560 horsepower to blow the candles out. Why huff and puff when you've got twin turbos? If you weren't aware of the GB Edition, exclusively offered in the UK, you might easily assume this white example is one of the 40 cars from that limited production run. This car is one of the most exclusive Porsches in Canada, the Pfaff 50th Anniversary Turbo S Exclusive Edition. Commissioned by Pfaff Porsche to celebrate Pfaff Automotive Partners' 50th anniversary. Founded in 1964, Pfaff Automotive Partners has a strong hold in Canada's car industry. Let Chris explain more.
When my father immigrated to Canada, he wanted to do a couple of things. He wanted to own a Leica camera. Leica is from his hometown or next town over. He also wanted to own a Porsche. This was 1955, 56.
Building a Porsche to celebrate 50 years using a 911 Turbo S makes this so special for the brand. Only 5 cars were produced, making these highly collectible. It was also 50 years of the 911, and this was celebrated with a special Carrera S Sport Design edition. In 1963, Porsche unveiled the original model at the world's premier automotive exhibition in Frankfurt. First introduced as the Type 901, this groundbreaking sports car quickly captured the imagination of enthusiasts worldwide. Over time, it has become a global icon and the benchmark by which all other sports cars are measured. The design team took elements from the past 911s and created a rear-wheel drive masterpiece. Many design cues are inspired by the air-cooled era. This special edition was the only variant to use the wide body and rear-wheel drive at the time. And the iconic Fuchs wheels have been reimagined with a modern twist, paying homage to the original design. 2 unique colors are available for this anniversary model: a light geyser, gray metallic. The video didn't show the color very well, so here is a photograph. The other option was darker graphite gray. In addition to these 2 colors, black monochrome was also available. In total, 100 units were produced globally. Another anniversary in 2015, celebrating 65 years of your Porsche Lëtzebuerg, a special dealership in Luxembourg. To celebrate this, Porsche released a limited edition Targa 4S. Just 10 examples were produced for the Belgian market. Then a similar Targa 4S limited edition, produced for 30 years of Porsche Italia. Founded in Padua in 1985, the company became the property of Porsche AG in 1997. Only 30 units were made. In 1955, Jebsen Motors in Hong Kong started imported Porsche vehicles. To celebrate this in 2015, Porsche released a limited edition GTS model. This was called the Jebsen 60th Anniversary Edition. Only 10 units were ever made. Let's stop here for the moment. I hope you have learned something about models across the globe that you might not be aware of. There is more coming in part 4, which will be in the next video. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.